Welcome to Dewey's Pawn Shop. My name is Braydn Pierce, and today we're going to be talking about the ultimate IFAK for the range trip. In this is again my maxpadition IFAK that I got for a BOGO deal a couple of years ago on their Black Friday sale. This contains all of my essential parts, extra parts, little nuanced things, extra batteries and stuff like that. I clearly label all of my bags of extra stuff with the gun that it is associated with. So this is for my Glock 43X. What I have in here is an extra connector. I have an extra trigger in here if I ever need one. I have my actual factory barrel. I do have my plate for the MOS cover in case I ever want to get rid of that. And I also have an extra spring pack for the recoil spring assembly. That lives all concisely in the Glock 43X little baggie. I have the exact same thing for my Glock 19. So again, I have the factory trigger in here. I have the extra springs for the new Timney trigger. I have an extra pair of sights. I have the factory barrel. In this one, I also have original spring that goes in the back of the trigger housing for the cruciform, but I keep it in here because all of these are the essential parts for this. Next, I have a 1-pack of snap caps. These are super important for training, especially if you don't tell your buddy you load up his magazine for him and you are using these as a training aid. Basically, you pop one shot, you pop the second shot, and you can see the deviation if he is deviating from anticipating recoil, causing that recoil shift to the down and left. So these are a great piece of kit. They're also, you can test your firing pin. So if you're getting light primer strikes, light and stuff like that, you can always use these because they're sacrificial. I have one of these. This is an Uplula OD green loader for speed loading. I use these this year. I am never switching back. These make it so fast to just simply use. It is not even funny. Like, magazine, Uplula, with just the pressure, it's done. It's pretty, it's a good piece of kit, so I keep it in here always. Next, I have a Glock tool from Breakthrough. This is a super cool tool that basically allows you to take the magazines down if ever needed. It allows you to punch all the pins for Gen 5 and Gen 4. It also has a front sight tool just in case it becomes loose or you need to replace it. That lives in here because I mostly shoot Glocks. Everybody I go out with usually shoots Glocks, and I know how to get them back up and running if I ever need to. The next thing is an essential pick. This pick has taken down as many Glocks as I could put my hands on. I use these for the firing pin assembly sleeve, just to pull that down to get the back plate off. That's the only thing that I use this thing for. It is amazing at that job and that job only. I don't really use it for anything else. I have a 2-inch by like 5-foot roll of gaff tape, of hockey tape, just in case, you know, something happens at the range, we need to cover it up. I want to train something a little bit differently with a firearm, or I have a buddy that, you know, inexperienced grip and needs a little bit more help. We can just toss some of this on his gun. It can peel off, no mess, no stick, and we can keep on with the training. In this back section here, I like to keep, this is from my photography side, but basically these are little Bango clips that allow you to very quickly lock something into place. And what I use those for is if I have a sling mounted on my firearm, I'll usually tie that sling up really nicely with those. If I need to rig something together really quickly, like this, let's just say one of the sling swivels break, I can kind of rig something up with these and get it back up and running. So those are a good piece of kit. I always try to keep at least 1 or 2 in there with me. I have my Leatherman skeletal tool. It lives in my range bag only because this was the only one that I have broken. I cannot get this one fixed, even though they have a lifetime warranty. I got this as a guest, could never find my receipt. I think I deleted it in my email, and so It is broken, so I keep it in here just in case. But the skeletal is really a nice, handy tool. I have 3 or 4 Leathermans. This one is just one I keep in here because I don't have to care about it. If it gets lost, I can always go get another one. I'm really rough on my tools, and literally the only thing that broke was the little clip from this set rivet, and I'm guessing what I can do is probably re-rivet it, or I don't know, reach out to Leatherman. Maybe Leatherman will send me a new one of these. This is the skeletal in FDE. I prefer OD green, but you know, FDE was a good color back then. Yeah, and I love using them, so maybe they'll give me a new one. I keep, because I have those Walker Razor in-ears, I always keep all of my extra bits and bobs for those in here, just in case I need to make a quick change out in field. Something breaks, I always have the extra parts. I can find where they are in here. The last thing is I have a very, very, very generalized little pack of screwdrivers, bits, and stuff that goes to my cleaning kit. The cleaning rod actually fits these in there, and you can use these for if something goes wrong. And I haven't had to use this because I have that Wheeler screwdriver set, but it is always good to have extra stuff. You can never go wrong with having a little bit more. The last thing that I have in this pouch, I carry 2 of them because I have 2 different optic sizes. I carry 2 Holosun keys. One is for the rifle, one is for the pistol. Obviously, if I need to make on-site adjustments to my pistol or my rifle optic, I always have at least one. The other one, I've used the pistol more than I used the rifle because the pistol one will work for the rifle, but the rifle one will not work for the pistol most of the time. So I always usually keep a pistol one just in case. So from my Glock Armorers course, I got a pack of these. These are actually half backplates for Glocks. You can put this one in there for function testing of your firing pin assembly, making sure that everything is jiving correctly and making sure that you're getting proper lockup. Good piece of kit. I keep those in there just in case. Alright, now for this front section of stuff. So in here, a couple of different versions of batteries that I might need at any given time. So I have CR 1632s for all of my smaller Holosuns. I've got 2 of those. I've got CR 2032s. I've got 3 of those ones. Those are for the bigger Holosun 510Cs. I've got extra CR 123 batteries. All of my TLR7s, TLR7 subs, all of my gun flashlights work off of that, so I have a couple extra always. And because of it's never a bad idea, I just put a couple of AAAs and AA's also in a bag. All of my other XLR O-lights, like my O-light little flashlights, they work on those. It's always nice to have, especially when you're going for an extended range trip and just something uses an uncommon battery, you might as well throw it in. And again, all of this stuff is housed in that maxpadition IFAK. It's a really nice one. This was marketed as a med pack, so basically they were quick tabs or quick pull tabs in here. I took those out because I didn't really need them. And this has served my purposes for everything that I have ever needed in the gun-related space. And how I kind of pack this is less common stuff goes away in the pouches that I don't need to see all the time, and the more commonly used stuff goes right on top where I can see it and I can grab it really quickly. Now, while packing, I also have only one of these in here. Now, this is not a med kit, but I do have one Band-Aid in here, and because my son is a very young boy, I have bluey Band-Aids. If somebody gets hurt and I have only this out and they only need a Band-Aid, I think it is much more hilarious to hand them a bluey Band-Aid and say, oh, it's okay, it's just a whittle cut, and give them one of these instead of giving them one of my other Band-Aids from my Ouch kit in my bigger med pack. Good piece of kit. Always recommend the bluey ones. They're very small. They help young children. I always have a couple of them on me or in my wallet. So that is everything that I keep in my essential IFAK for my range trips. Please let me know if you guys have anything different that you would like to see in here. Maybe you know a connection at Leatherman that can get me another skeletal. We'll see. Maybe you guys actually throw in a dedicated, knife to put in there, or you throw in, extra some of those Magpul 223 snap caps. I just don't have any of them, so I don't put them in there. Or you keep extra swivels, or you keep extra bolt carrier groups or pins of your firearm. Let me know what you guys throw in or what you think is essential kit to either add or take out of here. Am I packing too much? I don't know. We'll see. Again, thank you for watching here at Dewey's Pawn Shop. And again, my name is Braydn Pierce. Thank you very much.